Hello, everyone. Welcome to the CQ POTA podcast. My name is Bill, W0KAL. I'll let the rest of the guys introduce themselves. Dave, go ahead.
Hey, this is Dave, WD9N over here in Illinois.
Hello, everybody. Polder Boy here, stuffing his face and drinking my milk.
And here is Mike, Whiskey 9, Big Tall Mike, up here in the cold Wisconsin.
All right. This week we got Tim, Grayman POTA. Tim, go ahead and introduce yourself and let us know a little bit about you.
Oh, good evening. My name is Tim, amateur radio call sign, November Whiskey 9 of Foxtrot. And I have the Grayman POTA YouTube channel where I document my adventures and misadventures in amateur radio. And then also about a year, actually just a year ago, we had a Tuesday night where the clubhouse took off for Christmas Eve. And I grabbed a group of guys and said, "Hey, let's do a live stream. Let's fill that gap while they're out on the vacation." And that led to the ham radio kids table. So we've been doing that every Wednesday night now. So we did it Christmas Eve, New Year's Eve, and then switched over to Wednesday nights as our regular time. So oddly enough, we live streamed last Christmas Eve, or this past Christmas Eve, and we'll be live streaming also on New Year's Eve too. So yeah.
Well, good deal. Good
Nice.
deal. So, Tim, how long have you been a ham then?
I have been ham curious for about 30 plus years, but I've only been licensed for 11 or 12 now.
Right on. About the same time
So.
as me. Same length as me. And my biggest question, we met down in Dayton face to face. And
Yes. I was a little
I
taller
wanted
than you
to chat.
expected.
Yeah, you were.
Yeah.
You were. I wanted to ask you a couple questions down there on my channel. And I had really shoddy internet down there, so I wasn't one of the lucky ones that got in on time and was able to get the Wi-Fi and all that. But I had really shoddy internet, so I just chose not to do it. My biggest question was, I've been watching you for, I want to say about 7 or 8 months, give or take, you know, before it happened. And when you do your Sunday mornings in the park, you do the commentary before you do your activation. And one of my biggest questions was, obviously the answer is going to be research, but where do you do all your researching from when you give the information, that massive amount of information that you give in the beginning of your streams?
Most of it, to be honest, life experience. A lot of that, which if you knew me prior to ham radio, and if you knew me prior to getting on YouTube, I was an introvert. Let me rephrase that. I'd be afraid to get in front of a microphone. I'd be afraid to do exactly what we're doing here, or just knowing that there's a group of people on the other side of the camera that I couldn't riff off of. I couldn't look at. I mean, I see you guys on the screen. I can judge reactions. I can do that, and this isn't much different than sitting in a small conversation. But it's all the other people that you can't see, and that terrified me. Part of being on YouTube has allowed me to get past that. Allowed me to do things like work pileups. Terrified. So honestly, a lot of that now just comes from, it's me riffing. I've had to learn how to do that in front of a camera. So honestly, most of that comes to me while I'm in the shower before I head over to the park and do that. So, there's some things, I mean, that I talk about that, I'm involved with work or something like that. It's just learned experience, life experience. Sometimes, when I find things in amateur radio that interest me, I will deep dive on those and capture that information and tuck it away.
Nice. That's because that was one of the things that brought me. It wasn't even the ham radio part of it. It was the knowledge that you give in the beginning of your streams that hooked me on watching you and watching your shows. And I want to personally thank you for doing what you did and how you did it and the way you did it. That's awesome. And congratulations on getting out there and being like me. Because I've always been an extrovert. I've always been that guy that would go up to anybody and shake their hand and say howdy and just talk their ear off if they'll let me. So
so I don't have issues talking to a group of people, face-to-face conversations. I mean, my wife's like, just about we go anywhere. So I was in the Navy, and two veterans. She doesn't understand. It's two veterans, regardless of what era they served in the military, could come together and carry on a conversation like they're long lost best friends, despite an age difference and stuff like that. And I've had that kind of that connection with people just in general. I can find common bonds and have that conversation, which I think is probably ideal for an amateur radio operator, because that's what we do. We communicate.
Yeah.
But just getting up in front of a group of people, trying to do public speaking, those are the things that terrified me. I have a friend who is kind of the complete opposite, where we were scout leaders together, and in Boy Scouts, they do the Scoutmaster's Minute at the end of the meeting. And it's basically where the Scoutmaster gets up, gives a quick presentation on a topic, usually something to get the kids, a story or whatever, to get them to think about something as they leave. And he'll just literally nothing prepared. He'll just lean over, give me a word. And you could come up with and we tried this, the most obscure things. And he will literally turn around and then just riff about that word, about that topic, whatever, and do it on the fly. And that's kind of what I have strived to become. It's tough. It's a hard thing, but also, I guess from the flip side of this, I enjoy teaching. I enjoy teaching through demonstration and just getting out there and doing it. And that's kind of probably been one of my biggest drivers in doing the YouTube channel, is to just share my experiences.
Right on. And by the way, thank you very much for your service. I appreciate that. My father was in the Navy, Vietnam era, and he was actually considered in country. I don't know if you've seen it in the other view that I used to do. I'm on a different view right now, but usually right above me, behind me on the wall, is my father's graduation from Bud's picture, the group picture from his Bud's class.
Oh, right on.
And I just found that out. Some paperwork where, it showed all of his different achievements while he was in the Navy, and Bud's was on there. And I'm like, oh, wow, I didn't know that. I had no clue, none whatsoever. That's the one thing about the Navy that my dad never told me. So thank you very much for your service. I appreciate you 100% for that.
There's
what was your job in the Navy?
So I was a fire controlman.
Okay.
And a fire controlman in the Navy is shipboard weapon systems. So I worked on a computer system for a surface-to-air missile system. It was the Terrier missile system. So the predecessor to the current Aegis that the Navy uses today.
Okay.
So
I was curious if you were Signal Corps or something.
No. I dated I date myself there by saying the Terrier missile system. So it got decommissioned. My ship, the class of ships that I was on, was decommissioned in 93, 94, and that was the end of it for the Terrier missile system. So it was all Aegis since then. But when you get on a ship, it is a kind of a tight, closed community. They got carriers that are 5, 6, 7,000 strong with people. The ship I was on, we were about 420 enlisted and maybe 20 or 30 officers. So a little bit smaller. So you did get an opportunity to go through. One of the qualifications we had was surface warfare qualified. They had an enlisted track and an officer's track, and part of that was you went through just about every area of operation on a ship and spent a little bit of time. Got the Reader's Digest thing, and then you'd sit before a board and test, and you'd get a nice fancy pen to wear on your uniform.
I was Signal Corps Army.
Okay.
So, and I had my ham license before I went in, so I guess that's probably why I took that career path in there.
So did you teach Morse code at the class when you went in as a student?
No. Morse code was not even a thought when I was in.
Oh, really?
No, not anything they used at all.
So when I was in, our radiomen, this was what their title was. They still had to learn Morse code. They didn't use it much, but they still were required to learn it.
Yeah. Being Navy, I could see that.
Yeah.
We had more grunts and stuff like that, so they weren't going to worry about Morse code.
Wrong with grunts.
I'd say if there's anything wrong with them. I'm just saying they weren't going to mess with Morse code.
I never messed with Morse code, so well, I did a little bit, but not to where I really learned anything. So I don't want to hog it up, so I'll let Bill and Mike say a little bit, whatever they want to ask or whatnot like that. And we also got a tribute to do as well before the end of the show.
Yeah. So, what the questions I have would be more around what's your most memorable POTA, things along those lines. I guess we'll just leave it with that. What's your most memorable POTA you've had?
They're all pretty good because I take that as an opportunity to get away. I think I use POTA as therapy. So I like to get out. A lot of times I'll operate by myself, and I'll just go out in the woods. I have 20-some thousand acres of state forest behind me, and so that's why I'm pretty prolific over there, because it's literally a 5-minute drive from the house, and I'm in the boundaries of the forest. So I go over it a lot. I mean, if I get frustrated with work, or I need a break, or whatever, kids drive me up a wall. And then at some point I've come up on some kind of a thing that I want to get, like I did 10,000 QSOs over there at the forest here not too long ago. So when things like that come, I kind of buckle down. So probably the most memorable one, I think, in general, would probably be the one where I did go over 10,000 QSOs at the Morgan Monroe State Forest. Now, I thought, I thought that was a big deal. I honestly did. And I can't remember. I mentioned something to James PCN. He's like, son, hold my beer. Yeah, I know. He had like 30,000 at one park or so. It was some made by 10,000 look puny. So, but that's okay.
Yeah.
It gives me a goal.
Yep. Yeah. I activate with one of my buddies, and I always thought I was doing good. I'm 30 or 35,000 contacts or something like that. And before his 2-year anniversary of POTA, he wants to get to 100,000. So that's quite the difference.
But the thing with James though is that he'll be doing a voice contact on sideband while doing a CW contact, somehow doing an FT8 with his big toe, and still making satellite contact all at the same time. That man is a machine when it comes to, and I'm being a little facetious about that. I don't know if he does FT8 with his big toe, but the point is that he can dual operate at the same time and be actively engaged with both QSOs. He's a machine when it comes to that stuff.
I'd be saying the wrong call sign.
Yeah, I would have difficulty with that. The squirrel would kick in me, and I would get nothing right at that point. So,
yeah.
But
I've noticed. I think it's only been this year. Maybe I just haven't paid attention. I'll be saying a call sign and doing the phonetics, and I like to read back the phonetics and everything. And squirrel moment will get me, and I'll just goof it up completely, or I mispronounce a word, and but that's okay. I have fun. I have fun with it.
Yeah, just go with it.
I end up beating myself up a bit when I'm flubbing stuff up, and shoot, half the time I get my own call sign wrong sometimes, and so, but it's just about having the fun of it. And like for me, my buddies used to say, because I agree with you about being an introvert. That was definitely me. So my buddy said that, it couldn't get me to say 2 words. And then we started doing activations and all that. And now you can't shut me up. So ham radio therapy, RF therapy is a real thing.
It is. And I'll tell you, the one thing I really love about POTA is I have made more friends just doing amateur radio, going out. It gives you an opportunity to meet up with people and do some stuff face to face too, not just scrolled away in your shack at home. I mean, you're out and operating, and I use it as a opportunity to take vacations from work. My wife and kids aren't really big on going anywhere. So I'm like, fine, I'll jump in the truck. I'll drive down to Huntsville, Alabama. We'll go to a ham fest, or fly over to Dayton. Although this year, not Dayton, I'm sorry, Orlando. This year I'm going to drive down to Orlando, and so I've pretty much hit the Tennessee, Kentucky, Ohio. I've got those states activated. So I'm going to drive out to the East Coast and then go south and try to get states along there that I haven't activated yet. So I'm going to do that, and then probably drive back up the normal route up 75 to wherever, 64, and cut over. But do a couple extra days of camping and try to get some extra parks in and everything. And that is my vacation from work kind of thing.
Yeah. A buddy of mine that I do a lot of my activations with, we're looking at going down south. I'm in South Dakota, and we'll head down all the way to Texas and activate all the way along the way. And so that should be, and then we'll make a loop and come up, and maybe we'll even talk to David there and see about doing an activation up by those guys. But so we have a lot of fun with it.
Well, if you come up that far, you got to come all the way up here, Bill.
You know,
That
it
sounds
sounds like we need to figure out how to do some sort of a meet and greet somewhere.
Absolutely.
Probably
That-
at a park.
That
Absolutely.
sounds good.
I'm all game for it.
Pota Team 6 on the air.
Pota Team 6.
Put it Team
So-
6.
It's something that the Wisconsin guys have done. I like that is they do that annual camp out.
Yeah,
And
Mike TV9 PBR puts that on.
yes, and I think that is an excellent idea. I know I've talked about it with maybe doing something between Indiana and Illinois. I know they've reached out to me there's a group down in Kentucky that's reached out to me about coming down to camp with them in the Kentucky one. I go down there a lot, down to the Daniel Boone backcountry byway down there to off-road a lot. So that's not a uncommon thing for me to go down there. So I would love to do that. And you know, if you can have fun and hang out with people with common interests and stay afoul of the law. Is that right?
Yeah.
Keep from being
Nobody
afoul
goes
of
to
the law.
jail.
Yeah, nobody goes to jail for going to a POTA camp out. Yeah.
No.
There'll be a
I
first. I
haven't
guarantee
taken
you. There'll be
Sunny to one yet.
yeah.
You're out of line. I'm putting you on a dummy load.
Yeah.
That's right.
What was that dude tested Sean from down there in Illinois? He did a what did he call it, a POTA extravaganza or whatever. He did that as well, where I don't remember if he did that just at the borderline of like Illinois, Wisconsin, but like on one of his live streams a couple times ago, I had commented in his live stream and I asked him, I says, are you still going to do the POTA event for 2026? And he had kind of elaborated just a little bit on his live stream that it got to be too much for him to do it all. So I think there's definitely going to be a opportunity for somebody to pick up and take over, you know, if they want to do that Illinois, Wisconsin POTA event. So, you know, I think the door's open there already for it. Sean just can't do it.
I'm at the other end of the state.
Yeah,
And
and
I don't
I
be
think
that close to Chicago.
Yeah.
yeah, I don't blame you.
That's quite a ways away
Mike,
for me as well.
he always does his, I think, center of the state or up north somewhat, where he rents a campground or something like that. And probably like 20, 30, 40, 50 people show up there. But that's more camp oriented, like one kind of week thing that he does. And I think whereas dudes tested or Sean's thing was, I think more of like a daytime, you know, a full day activation, and everybody would come either up from Illinois or down from Wisconsin and do it. So,
Hey, Julie.
Hey, Julie.
Julie,
Hey,
I
Julie.
heard,
Miss Jules.
I heard
How
you
well
were
do you guys hear me?
in Minnesota. You're good.
We can hear you.
Your video
we
looks
hear
good.
you fine.
what about Minnesota?
Julie's in there from POTA Power. I was saying that I heard her working a Minnesota park the other day. She got him right before I did.
How well you guys hear me? You hear me okay? I put a different headset on.
You sound very good now, Tom.
I'll give you the
Very
thumbs
well.
up.
599.
Thank you. 599.
5'9", 20 over here. in
5'9".
Wisconsin. Or 20
I
over
got
here.
that brings me to a story. My buddy, one of my best friends up here, KB8 no, not KB8 YSX, KC8 GSL. He had just got his general's license it was his extra's license, and he took and got onto the extra bands, was all excited, and he heard this young lady out there talking about rockets and how she, does a YouTube and everything like that. And he contacted in and he's talking away. Now, mind you, he just got upgraded. and he's talking away. And as he's talking, he's, you know, just like we are right now. And he goes, hold on, let me break for time. Because he was so used to talking on repeaters.
Oh, yeah.
So he had to break for time on HF there. But I don't know why that reminded me of that. It just reminded me of it. Thought I'd bring it up.
Those old habits die hard, right?
Yeah. I actually got out of talking on the repeaters. When it came down to it, it was just me and one or two other people, and then they'd get real quiet for weeks on end, and I just said, to heck with it, I'm done. I strictly do HF now and parks on the air as much as I can when work allows it.
I'm probably 95% HF.
Hi, wee wee.
So when I used to drive to work every day, and I have to drive up through Indianapolis. I had about an hour drive each direction. We had a large group of people on a high profile repeater that would come in and out during the drive time, and it was a fun time, right? You could like talking with buddies. You're just driving down the interstate, right? There was also another second high profile repeater in town that had a very similar group on theirs, and sometimes people would bounce back and forth. When I started working from home, right before COVID, I would listen, but a lot of times I had other things to do, and because I wasn't captive in a car, I just didn't have the repeater on. I kind of fell away from it. So I don't spend as much time on there. I do drive in every so often into the office. Same, you know, and first thing in the morning, and there's still people there, but not like it used to.
Yeah, ours pretty much just kind of dwindled out. It was a really good repeater, really high profile, and I mean it just was a great repeater, and it just kind of dwindled out. Everybody kind of, you know, we still had our, you know, they still do the repeaters down. They sold the repeater site. They sold the property. So we got to find a new spot to put it up at. But, you know, I started up the Amigos Amateur Radio Club, and we kind of, the owner of the repeater said, hey, can you get your guys on here and use this repeater and make it active? So we did, and then just cell phones took over, and it's a sad thing to say, but that's what happened. You know, everybody was chatting more on the cell phones than they were on the repeaters, or working too much or whatever. So I kind of just veered my way and started my YouTube channel and doing the parks on the air, and fell in love with that. And you know, here I am now. You know, I got a hold of all these guys and said, hey, let's do this. What do you guys think? And here we are, you know.
Here we are, and we figure it out as we go.
Yep, figure it out as we go.
Nothing wrong with that, right?
You know,
What's that guy's name on YouTube? Ham Radio Concepts. I think, is that Eric?
Eric, yeah.
Yeah, Eric made a little mini series of some pretty cool YouTube videos recently, and one of them being about repeaters. And if you guys haven't watched it yet, you guys should totally go watch it. He brings up so many good points of so many things that, like the common complaints or the common pros and cons that we hear about, you know, people using ham radio. And it's definitely a good watch if you go watch it.
I actually
Sorry,
saw that
Julie.
video.
It's right there, Julie.
I saw that video, and you're absolutely right. It was a great video, and those are the things that you hear a lot of times on the repeater. Unfortunately,
it blows my mind hearing people like complain or complain's the nicest word I can think of here for live, but the lack of better words to yell at somebody for using a repeater, you know, or the just flat out, some of them don't even yell at them. They just turn the repeater off. In between transmissions, you'll hear beep, 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 and they're DTMFing and they're shutting the repeater off. And it's like, really? And then later on you find out and it's like, oh yeah, you guys were talking too much. What? That's what it's meant for.
Isn't it the reason it exists?
Exactly. And if 20, 30 years ago when repeaters first started coming out, those things never stopped transmitting. Those things were always going, and because HF wasn't as big then. I mean, maybe it was, but not as much, but the repeaters were the new hot thing.
Well, when
Everybody
the
was on.
technician license came about, man, they were all busy around here.
Exactly. And nobody complained about them back then. But now all of a sudden, now everybody's putting them up. And now we all want to complain that they're getting used.
Get off my lawn.
Not
I
around
think
here.
that's what. So
Yeah.
I have to say this: the repeaters are owned by a club or by an individual. There's a trustee that's responsible for it, but that's completely understandable. If you want to have a coordinated frequency, then that needs to be open for public use. And if it's just too many people talking on it, or you're spending too much time talking, I understand if there's rules that say, hey, you know what, break every couple minutes and make sure somebody else. And the repeaters that I've regularly been on, people will go out of their way to make sure that other people have an opportunity to jump in, which is good, right? It's great for the conversation. But to just shut people down because you don't want them using the repeater, well, then get your repeater off a coordinated frequency.
I agree 100%.
Yeah.
The other thing is to that too, though, you got people that are going to complain about a bunch of people using or tying up a repeater for X amount of time. Oh, you talked too long, or oh my God, you talked for 45 minutes tying up the whole network. Da da da. Well, first of all, I left spaces in there, right? Trying to break. Is there anybody else that wants to join in? W9BTM, so on and so forth. Nobody jumps in, right? But then all of a sudden people complain that you talked for 45 minutes or an hour, but you never hear anybody complain when there's a net that lasts an hour or 2 hours, or you got a linked repeater network that might be on like an all-star system, and you got Las Vegas, Nevada, and you've got other states coming in there and tying up the repeater for an hour or two. Nobody complains about it then, but God forbid, Bill, you and I, we talk locally on a repeater for an hour. That's a problem.
Yeah.
You guys can talk locally on a repeater.
Oh yeah,
Wow.
yeah. Propagation ducting,
Wisconsin to South Dakota. That's crazy.
Propagation, man.
I suppose maybe a fusion repeater or something, I suppose.
Would that be DX?
Yeah, it would be 2 meter DX.
So,
Hey,
Tim,
No, I've done that.
That's a real thing.
It is. I've done it. I've done it. I've actually talked to a gentleman, and he was in Puerto Rico on 520. I've hit Puerto Rico on 520.
Damn,
In my
that's
mobile at that. But I was on a 2980, and they're 80 watts. So I had 80 watts back.
If you did that on 2 meters, I'd be curious to know how 6 meters was during that time of an opening. Like, wow.
Yeah.
I think
That's
the
crazy.
craziest thing I've ever done on 2 meters, back when I first got licensed, this will date me. I had one of those Radio Shack 2 meter handhelds. I think it was an HTX 202. They're like 5 watts.
252? 252?
No, it was a 202. The
Okay.
252 was later.
Yeah, I have 2 of those.
And I mean, it did 5 watts. It was my portable, my base, and my mobile all. I had, the connectors. I could put it wherever. But I had that in the house one evening, and I've got a disc cone antenna on this thing that I've managed to rig up above the television antenna, and my parents didn't notice it for a few weeks. But
Dummy load. 50 ohm dummy load.
on 5 watts, I'm hearing this repeater, and I'm like, okay. So I just, key up and throw my call sign in there. These guys come back to me, and they're 8 calls. And I'm thinking, I asked one, was you guys traveling through? They're like, no, I'm at my house. And I'm like, well, where's this repeater at? And they're like, Zanesville, Ohio. They're like, are you mobile? I said, no, I'm sitting in my house. And they're like, well, where are you at? I tell them I'm over here in the middle of Illinois.
And that was on 2 meters?
On 2 meter FM. I was running 5 watts.
Nice.
Wow.
I had a similar situation like that happen, but it was actually on GMRS. I was actually talking into one of the GMRS repeaters in Washington County in Wisconsin here, and they have some pretty good elevation up there. So the towers are like 500 feet, but it was already on top of like a hill mountain. So, we're talking 800-900 feet up in elevation. This thing's got some mouth and ears. And I'm talking to one of the other local guys, actually in the next county down from me. And all of a sudden, we start hearing other voices. And it's late at night. It's like 11, 12 o'clock at night. And we're like, there's no way anybody else is up right now. And we start talking to them. And we're like, where are you guys at? And they come back to us and they tell us that they're in Toledo, Ohio. And I'm like, well, wait a minute. So what's your tone? Like, we started trying to exchange repeater information, and we're finding out that they're hearing our repeater down there and we're hearing them on their repeater up here. So it's like there was such a, tropospheric ducting that we were receiving theirs and they were receiving ours. So we had to wait before we keyed up on our repeater. We had to wait to hear their repeater drop, and then, vice versa. And we were communicating that way for like hours. And that was like the coolest thing ever.
Do any of you guys ever use 2 meters or anything when you do activations? Do you ever call?
I do.
Okay. I've tried it.
I have, yes.
Never had anybody come back to me, but I'm in the middle of nowhere, Illinois, so they'd have to be somebody mobiling through or something like that.
Yeah, we kind of did stray off a little bit. I think Bob had a question. Bill, you want to ask it?
Yep, I was just trying to get into there. So, Tim, what do you use for your typical POTA kit? What do you normally take out in the field with you?
So I have 2 setups. I've one in the truck, and it's I started to say ICOM. Sorry, it's a Yaesu 891 with a ATOS 120 antenna, and that's what I have fixed mounted in the vehicle. And when it's cold like it is right now, that's typically what you'll see me use. I'm kind of radio agnostic, although I will say that I am a ICOM fanboy. I enjoy the radio, right? So regardless of the brand, but my go-to kit right now is the 7300, the classic, the original classic 7300 for POTA, and then I will use some antenna. I try to take multiples with me, being the Boy Scout that I was, right? 2 is 1 and 1 is none. So I usually have a couple radios in the truck. Usually have a couple different antennas, and a lot of times I just want to make sure that when I go somewhere, I've got the best set of conditions to activate. And so having multiple antennas, ground, like a ground mounted vertical, wire antennas, multiple ways to get the wire up in the air, because you never know where you're going to be and what that operating situation is going to be like. Are you going to be in a place where they don't want you to put wires into trees, or are you at a place where they don't want you leaning a mast in a tree? Typically that's been okay, but maybe they don't want you poking a spike in the ground either. So, just having options with you. So when you go, you're not put in a situation where you can't operate because you don't have everything you need available.
Yeah. So, you had touched on one of the subjects that I talk to people a lot about, and that's some places don't like it if you're throwing something in the tree or you're putting a spike in the ground and things like that. Have you ever run into any parks people or rangers that have said, no, not here?
I don't. I typically operate solo in a lot of cases. So one thing about the force is that there's hardly anybody there. I mean, I get out where there's nobody. Kind of hence the name Grayman POTA, which was by the way, a play on words. When I first started, there was a lot of people on the Facebook page that were I you know how you would advertise for field day, right? You'd get the media stuff and you'd have the banner and you'd have the media officer and all this stuff. Well, people were doing that with POTA activations and going and talking to whoever. And a lot of times what happens is that you tend to get shut down, especially when they don't understand it. And I'm like, well, be a gray man. Just go in and do it. Don't ask for permission. Just go do it. Now you'll know that some places are, they'll have posted rules. That's fine. Follow the rules. Or they'll be, maybe a place that's culturally significant, historically significant, and they don't want you poking things in the ground. Or like I did one where it was in Illinois. I was driving back, and it was at I think it might have been Illinois' temporary state capital for some period. It was like a mansion in the middle of the town or something. And
I think that was Vandalia, wasn't it?
It is Vandalia. Yes, that was it.
That's like 20 minutes south of me. That's the old.
Okay.
That was the first capital in Illinois.
Yeah, trying to find
practice law there.
Yeah, trying to find a spot to activate that was fun, and I ended up having once again being prepared for anything. Drive on mast, stand, pull up over the air, wire down across the sidewalk, so I was on the grass, but not any point where it would cause anybody any problems. Some young lady did come out and ask me what was going on. I explained to her, and she was excited that somebody was there on a Sunday or something. So they weren't, I think, open. She was just office staff or something that might have been there doing some work or something. But yeah, it's those things. Always being prepared, because you never know what you're gonna run into. Somebody I saw somebody in here. KN Kilo November 6 Lima has a FT 991A plus the JPC 12. And I have that same antenna, the JPC 12. I love that thing. If you guys aren't familiar with it, it's a loaded ground vertical. And,
okay.
And great luck with that antenna. And I also have a 991A too that I keep every once in a while. If I'm going somewhere where we're going to have multiple people, I always bring a couple extra radios just in case.
Hey, one quick question here. I just got a text message from some mutual friends of ours. Joe, or actually Bill, you got their email. Send Vaughn a link, and Mike, can you drop down so we can bring Vaughn and Julian? They want to say hi to Grayman.
Sure.
Thank you, Mike. Appreciate you, brother.
I mean, there is one spot extra if they're not going to pop anything.
Is there?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. We can bring them in. Okay, never mind. We're good. You can stay there.
So
if you need to put something up, you can drop me down though.
Hey, while we were talking, David popped up a picture of my tailgate of the Bronco. That's kind of my setup there.
Right. I see that. Yeah. I've seen that in person. So give me 1 second, guys.
Well, except for my email, it's not coming up.
I'll send him the link.
Yeah, if you send him a link, that'd be great. I don't know what's wrong with my email. So yeah, I've had nothing but good results when park ranger or such has come up. We always keep one of those trifolds that you can download from the POTA.app site, and we usually hand them one of those and explain what we're doing. We've been questioned, I don't know, 5-6 times. Hey, what are you guys up to here? When they find out we're not poachers or fishers, they really don't care anymore. So, but we're for the most part activating out of the pickup truck, and then in the summertime we'll take the head unit and go off to a picnic table and activate that way. So
I think I've had one time where a state DNR officer stopped to actually question what I was doing, and it was more inquisitive than anything else. It wasn't we got a call kind of thing. I've now here, because I'm out kind of in the backcountry, I do have DNR officers that come through. They'll stop, but it's more just to talk. I'm out there enough now. They recognize me, so it's more of a hey, how you doing kind of thing. And I've had one time. Well, I take that back. So I had one guy I was activating, and we had a snow apocalypse last year, and we had tons of snow coming down. And so I was up on the ridge and I was activating, and I had the car off because I was on the air, and he stopped in this. By this time there was snow covering the windshield and everything like that. He was just checking to make sure there was nobody in the car, that everybody was okay. So I sent that link over to Devon.
awesome.
Yeah, I just sent him a message saying that you sent it to him.
One time, I when I was in Missouri, I had a park official come up and tell me, "So you can't hang anything in the trees." It's like, oh, okay. So
See, the only problem is, as you guys have heard, the only problem I've ever had in the park was on my 24-hour POTA, where the guy did a welfare check on me because I had my hood up because my battery died in my bioanode died. So I hooked up to the car battery, and the sheriff came and blah blah blah. And then another time where I was accused of doing some illegal activities in the park, and I wasn't. So
It was a rarity. He wasn't. So
no. No, I really wasn't at that time.
It's a cop.
You just look like a shady character. I don't know.
You are a cop. Yeah, I just text Vaughn and Julie that I sent them that you sent them the link there, Tim.
Disclaimer: I'm not a cop. That is an inside joke between me and Sonny.
yeah, there you go, Sonny. Get him arrested for impersonating a police officer.
You're going to try to get me arrested on the internet here. Yep, exactly.
So Vaughn and Julie, 15 minutes ago, I got a notice that they're live.
Yeah, they were live doing a Parks on the Air thing, so I don't know if they're going to pop in here or not.
Oh, I just got the text message when I said that about the link. I literally just got the text message. That's why I was sitting here looking. I was trying to read it because I don't got my glasses on.
I messaged them directly on Facebook with the link too, so
right.
They might get that first before an email, depending on their service.
And I think Sonny's internet just dropped on him again. Maybe
no, he probably went to a different screen.
That could be. No, something came to mind. You guys were talking earlier about the therapeutic effects of POTA. That's something. Don't forget to go enjoy the park a little bit when you're out there. I know for like me and Grayman's the same way. He's got a park 5 minutes away. Okay, I've lived in that park most of my life, so I've seen just about everything that's there. So I don't get into that, oh, I've got to go drive around the park and that. But, when you go to a new park or a place you haven't seen something like that, man, don't forget to enjoy it. That's part of it too.
I'll be honest with you. This last week, I went and did a new activation at a new park to me, and it was a twofer. And I did it. I did the activation successfully. When I uploaded it to POTA, I got an error and duplicate and stuff. So I requested support, and support comes back to me and tells me I got to do this and do all that and do this. And it's like, I said to him, I says, just respectfully, please just delete my error, dupe log, whatever. It says, I'm not even going to screw around with the twofer. It's not worth my time. Like, I just had fun, and trying to sit here and do with all this logs and all this stuff, it's not fun. I'm not having fun with it. So just forget it. I had my fun. That was my relaxation. I don't want to be doing all this.
Now, see, sometimes when I go to the park, I actually do a live walkthrough of the park and stuff. As you guys seen in the park when I broke my camera, jumping down into the gully.
You almost broke yourself.
Speaking about broken your camera, you're not visible right now, Sonny. I don't know if you realized that.
Oh yeah, I know. I shut my camera off because my wife brought me food, and I'm busy getting fat. You guys don't need to see my cellulite. You can hear my fatness out of my voice.
Oh my.
Okay.
That's funny.
Well, Bob is saying that POTA Power is live from their shack right now.
Yeah.
I don't know if they're still coming in, but it'd be great if they did come in.
Did anybody go on their live stream yet? Otherwise, I'll go on their live stream and say something. I'll just tell them to check their messages.
Yep.
Check your messages.
Check your messages. Come on in.
So, Tim, do you typically run the end fed, or do you favor the verticals?
I favor what's going to get me on the air the fastest.
Ah.
Yeah.
Yep.
So some of it, I guess it just depends. I can deploy an infed pretty quickly in an area where I'm comfortable. I think I would probably string an infed before I would a vertical.
Okay.
But the vertical's quick if I've got limited space. If I'm in an area where running the antenna wire, most of the time when I do the infeds, it's a sloper. So
Here they come. Here they come.
Yeah. So I, if I don't have the room to put that up without causing a potential problem for other people, and that's the one thing I think, a lot of people sometimes forget about, that there's other people using the park too. So
yes,
like for example, I went to Red Rock Canyon outside of Las Vegas. I was out there and went in the park on the loop, the scenic loop, or I don't know if you guys are familiar with that. It's like a 12 or 13 mile loop, and stopped in a parking lot, and I was doing it. And all of a sudden I became the attraction. Everybody was like wondering what I was doing. And I'm like, I folded it up and I left. I went somewhere else. And it was getting awful hot anyways to be out in the sun. So I came back the next morning. I got up like 5 a.m. and took off and drove back out there and set up outside of the loop in a parking lot they had set up for people who rode horses. So they got trailer parking lot. So they parked, and I used a fence and set up in a corner and strung my antenna up and got on the air and made some contacts.
I think I remember one of your videos. You touched on that.
There they are.
Sometimes
POTA Power.
Hey,
Hi.
we know you guys.
You can't just go in and be you can't go in and be
here we are.
Julie and take over the park like she does.
What I
She
missed?
takes over everywhere she goes.
She
It's
does.
true.
Actually, it
I
was
can't
really
take her
funny.
nowhere.
Listen, it was really funny. What who was that? Was that him? Paul? Who was that? What was it? Is it?
I have no clue what you're talking about.
The other night, he's from Texas, and I want to go to Texas really bad. And he said that I should come there and take over all the Texas YouTuber streams.
I
Okay.
I
yeah.
thought it was pretty funny.
Yeah, it's pretty funny.
I thought it was pretty funny.
Yeah. How y'all doing?
Doing good. How you guys doing?
We're doing fantastic. We're exhausted, but it's Monday, and we just got back from South Carolina visiting her family.
Mm-hmm.
And that was fun. That's the fun side. And let's see.
The fun side is the fun.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, the not so fun side.
Did you go there for Christmas?
We didn't do a whole lot for Christmas.
We did a Christmas Eve POTA.
We did a
I know, I
Christmas
saw
Eve
that.
POTA.
Oh, that.
Yep. Fun. Also, I've been watching a lot of Grayman POTA videos today of how to plug in my MK2 to the internet.
Uh-oh.
So thank you
that
for that, Tim.
Seems like your videos are doing justice already, Gray Man.
Well, that's good.
I think that's a really good thing.
Original first. Oh, there goes my internet. I'm having internet issues tonight, so bear with
Who
me.
is that? Is that POTA Boy?
Yes.
Yes.
Mike,
And
can't
the
yell at
great
me.
hat.
It is,
nice
isn't
hat
it?
together, buddy.
I know. Makes me look
That's not
pretty
the hat
like
he
Julie.
started with. That's not the hat he started with. He only put that on because you guys were coming on.
Oh,
Shut up, Copper.
No, he put it on because I got on the live stream and I was like, you have an ugly hat on.
Here we go, Sonny. Here we go.
Anyways,
Yeah.
I just wanted to pop in and say Merry Christmas, Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
And thanks for Tim and all you guys are doing amazing stuff on YouTube and we appreciate y'all's friendship and looking forward to seeing
Hey.
most of y'all at Orlando.
Oh, who's going to Orlando? Hands up.
Everybody.
No,
That is
Okay,
too
maybe
far.
Just that guy. Oh, wait. He's
No,
over here.
David's not coming with either. That's too far
Who's not
down.
going?
Hey, I'm going to be swinging through Ocala to go to Fat Bastards.
All
Give me
right.
some barbecue.
Fat Boys.
You better get there early.
Fat Boy. Is it Fat Boys or is it Fat Bastards?
Fat boys.
Fat Boys.
He
That's
just
where we're
calls
going.
it fat bastard.
We're going to Fat Boys and we're going to have burnt ends Tim.
Yeah.
All right.
I'm Fat Kid Unite. Like I'm about it.
We gotta do it to it.
I'm
I
driving.
wish
I'm
I
driving
could
down,
make it.
I'm driving
Aw.
down this time. I'm going to hit the coast, but I'll come back over to 75 to come down.
What
Just
what day you think you're gonna come through? Because we're talking about leaving Thursday night,
Mhm.
Thursday afternoon.
Oh, I think we're showing up Wednesday at the fairgrounds. So
Oh.
maybe Tuesday.
Oh yeah.
Well, make sure you save us a spot.
Then come Tuesday.
Why you wait until Thursday?
Both Steve and Carlos
That's
is gonna bunk with us, so make sure you save us a little spot over there
Mhm.
in the corner.
In the far corner, of course. The
Yeah.
far corner.
The very far corner.
The back
The
row.
farthest
The back
corner
row.
that you could. Hey, nobody puts baby in the corner.
That's right. As long as you got the Keurig pot, that's all that matters. That's all I need is the
Bringing it.
Keurig.
I'm bringing it. I'm
Right.
thinking about bringing the big one.
Yeah, we're gonna bring the big one this year.
Because the other one, it took too long. And people were waiting in a line.
Yeah.
2
I'm going to
questions.
bring. Yeah.
Who likes eggnog and who likes black licorice?
No, I
Neither.
don't like either.
Neither.
I
Ah,
like black licorice.
give me
I
the
don't
black
like
licorice.
either.
Do the regular.
Eggnog.
Regular.
I do it both.
I had to save it.
We just did like a little quick little mail
I
call.
tried to get Lonnie.
Lonnie, a friend of ours from Louisiana, he's also friends with Curtis and me and
Mhm.
all the guys over there.
Yeah, all the Jasons,
And,
mother
yeah.
brother Jason and mother brother Jason.
Yeah, all the Jasons over there in Louisiana. We're trying to get Lonnie. He just got his general, and he wanted to get us
congratulations.
involved.
Yeah.
His first general contact. He's trying to get us, and I got
We'll
an
try again
S8
tomorrow.
noise floor. It's off the chain over here, so it's not
Oh, wow.
Is that on 40?
Wow.
Like that.
Yeah, 40
We
meters.
tried 40 and 20, I think.
Yeah, we're on 40 meters. We got an S8, almost F9 noise floor, and the
I got a
air conditioner's
whopping-
not even on.
I got a whopping 19 degrees outside. I am not going in my garage to check it.
Mhm.
And this is why you
Mike,
need an
thanks for getting us in
IC7.
there, by the way. You got in there, and we got a contact with you the other day. That was cool.
Yeah, Big Tom Mike got in log.
On the edge. Like you were 3-3, but you were right there in the noise floor. I got you. I
Yeah.
didn't
I
have to
was
use,
never
I did not have to
3-3.
use the
Let's
YouTube
not-
repeater either.
Hey, after
real,
it's in the
though.
log, nobody cares what the report was.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's exactly
What
What are
right.
you trying to get in there with, Tim?
If I can hear you, you're 5'9". Whoever said it was too cold in the garage, this is why you need an IC 7300 Mark II.
Ooh,
I know. I already know.
Whoa.
ooh.
That's Mike.
Hey, Tim? Can we let the cat out of bag about when the
Nope.
next ship
Nope.
is coming in?
Oh, I don't know anything about that.
I don't know anything
wouldn't.
about it.
Okay,
I wouldn't.
all right, fine.
I don't know. anything. What I do know is
I
that
don't know
on my
anything
screen,
about
I've got the display of the IC 7300 Mark II on the display right there.
Yeah.
I see that.
Doing
I
FTA.
see you got it like a short little short shot there. It's cool.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Fucking
So,
Ooh.
Hi,
Can't
Bud,
see.
Bud,
Lima
and-
Lima's over there.
There we go.
3.4 degrees.
Hey, so
that's
I
ridiculous.
know this is probably this question is probably going to be a little bit off side topic a little bit. It's still kind of on the same 7300 line, but how were people using 7300s to remote before the Mark II Gs? Like, it is possible, right? You just have to
With,
use certain software.
So what you would do is remote into a computer and
Yep.
then run the radio via
RIG control.
the sound card. Yeah, RIG control and
Oh.
USB sound.
You know,
More
it's
remote
easier
is
now,
computer
right?
than rig.
Before
Isn't there
though,
an isn't there an ICOM software that does that though?
yeah,
Yes.
the VA2.
Okay.
Yeah. And it's on sale right now at DX Engineering.
And you don't need any fancy hardware in between the computer and the radio, just the USB cable, right?
USB-C to whatever your computer takes,
USB.
and
So,
boom, you're on there.
On my 991, I was going to use the software Remote Hams, and that does RIG control, and you can do it with the 991.
Yeah, because there's no way in heck I can get that.
What is that?
There's the BA1, and then you upgrade it to the version 2. It's on sale right now with Ham Radio out, DX Engineering, and all those guys. But
It's like the desk is like a carpet bag. It's just full of toys and things that he just pulls out.
So there's two versions of that, the RSBA1 and then the RSBA2?
the BA1 is the first version, and the BA2 is just a downloadable upgrade. It's free.
Okay, so you don't need to have the CD. They can just send you the link to the download?
Yeah. It'll actually give you an update in the software.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that's-
And also there's a drop-down tab, so you can select if you have both the 9700 and the 7300 Mark II. You could actually just drop-down tab and select 9700 drop-down tag. So,
Does that cover
Well, hey,
does that
guys.
cover the 7100 too or no?
what's that?
Does that cover the 7100 too or no?
I no. I never had a 7100.
Okay.
Well, hey guys, it's been an hour long, and our friend Tim has another show to go do.
Oh,
So,
I didn't mean to. I just wanted to
No.
pop in and say hi. Hi, Tim.
Hi.
oh, you're good.
Hi, guys.
Absolutely not a problem.
No.
I just know Tim's a busy man, and I believe he likes to be punctual. So,
Yeah.
That's right. They're doing fine without me. Hey, by the way, for some reason, guys, and I don't know, Vaughn and Julie, there's a picture that popped up that says on December 29th, it was you guys in someplace. Is on my thing. And I think it might have been a photo that you sent to me. Well, it was a photo you sent to me for a live stream. It was something I did for a thumbnail.
Which
So
It
one?
was,
one
on
of the
December, it was
thumbnails.
taken on December 20. I don't know if it was taken on December 29th or if I received it on.
Is it the
29th.
one? Is it the Christmas card?
I don't know.
Is
You
it us
guys,
at
were,
the beach?
you guys were somewhere in Florida. That's all I can tell you.
Oh,
Wow.
Probably someplace.
think they-
with,
I
Probably
think they live in
someplace with
Florida.
someplace with some manatees or something.
I was it with. Oh, we had Okay, so we had Bill from Tectonics with us,
Uh huh.
and we did a glass bottom boat with him,
Oh, we did.
and we might have sent you some pictures on that in text.
Yeah, we did.
Oh no. This popped up in my Alexa.
Your
I don't know
Alexa.
What?
Exactly. I tell
Huh.
you.
No.
I feel like you got settings somewhere in there that populates POTA Power stuff. I don't know.
It could be.
I didn't have to.
I am a POTA Power fanboy. So
Listen, no, you're
Oh,
stop.
well,
no, you're
there's
not.
that.
Hey, I am.
We had-
I
we were
got proof.
watching you. We were watching you from the house. I'm not sure if it'll.
oh
there.
yeah. I saw that. I saw the picture when you first sent it to me, and
Yeah.
I didn't think anything. But I had swiped back through, and then it stopped, and I saw my face in the background. I'm like, oh, that's creepy.
Yeah, ain't that weird?
Yeah.
Stalker Patty over here.
Yeah, we were watching your live stream. All three of us are sitting here in the living room watching you, and we thought
It's fun when Bill comes and hangs out.
Bill is a riot.
Bill is a
really funny.
riot.
I love that Bill is like absolutely at home everywhere.
Yep, he don't
I
care.
love that.
He don't care where he's at. He's at home.
I love that.
Home
Wait
is where
till-
your rump rest.
Wait till you spend some time with him at the campsite. Oh, you won't because he'll be asleep. Yeah,
No.
he's the kind of guy that you give him 10 minutes in a
That's right.
chair. If he hasn't said something in 5 minutes, most likely he's asleep.
Yeah,
So
yeah. Seriously, we had some drinks. We had some pizza. We were watching some TV, and I'm like, Bill.
I was like, shh,
He's out.
sleeping.
he was. That's how.
Don't
That's
wake up the
how
baby.
At home. That's how at home he is, right? He's. Just
I love
comfortable.
that about him, though.
Yeah.
Can you imagine being at home everywhere? I mean,
It's
my house
fun.
is pretty cozy,
I'm-
but I'm just saying.
Yeah,
I'm the same way. I would do the same thing.
I get it. You know, being a pilot, he travels around quite a bit.
Yeah,
you know,
no,
he has
he's
to be-
like he's the perfect nomad.
Yeah, and
Love
it's kind of the same thing. I had when I was in the Navy, my thing was my home is where I hang my socks that night, right? So,
Right?
you know, I'm kind of used to that too. So,
Well, very good. All right. Well, we just thought we'd pop in real quick.
Tim, where are you going?
I didn't even stay even here this long. Where are you going next?
Jason, Ham Radio 2.0 is doing the Let's Make a Deal with Gigaparts live stream.
Ooh,
Mm,
fun. Maybe
Get
we'll
over
pop on
there
over there. No,
you get over there and
I'll be honest with you. I'm probably
I'm bored
I'm
about-
probably gonna be in the shower and I'm going to bed.
Yeah.
I'll be
Wow.
honest.
I'm off
I'm
this week,
old.
so I'm.
Well, let's not make it a late night with POTA Power again.
Listen,
All down.
That was a fun.
too much queso for that. That was
So
That was
I
a
blame
fun
you.
stream.
yeah, that was a fun stream. I'm glad it didn't get very many views. Hey,
Yeah.
so Wednesday night, we're gonna be doing a big giveaway. We got a spool tenna, we got an ABR coax, we've got some World Radio League ham radio prep
I
things
got
to give away.
blowy horns. I got okay. You know the things that you
Yeah, sure.
the straws that you blow for Happy New Year?
Is a straw?
Shut up. Okay, just stop.
All right, we got
Hey
it.
now, hey now.
Ain't that a
You
song?
know what I'm
Hey
talking
now.
about. I'm not being bad. I was just being. I got little hats that say Happy New Year. I'm very excited.
Blonde girl hat.
There you go.
Ah.
All right, you guys. Have a good night.
All right.
Good seeing you guys. Love you guys. Be good.
We'll see you hopefully Wednesday night.
I'm gonna make it. I gotta work during the day. Bye.
They did not wait. They're on to the next one.
Yep.
The next one's
We'll wrap this up here, too. Tim, it's been great having you on, and
Well,
hope
thank
to
you
have
for having
on
me.
in the future. So,
Well, before we all go, why don't we do a moment of silence for Jim? For Jim, can we do that, guys? There he is.
Jim Heath has been battling cancer. I believe it was a blood cancer. And he's a pretty interesting guy. He was ham radio Elmer is what he billed himself as. And I remember making contact with him. He was actually my first AM contact ever. I was a brand new general, and I saw this big signal on 20 meters, and I'm tuning, and I'm like, I can't get it. I'm in upper sideband. I couldn't get it. I tried lower sideband. Well, maybe somebody, no, they were using both. So I flipped over to AM and got Jim. And I'll tell a real brief story about our conversation with Jim. He asked what my working conditions were, and I told him and informed him that I was using an NFIT. And he said to me, what do you like about that antenna? Because that's my least favorite antenna. And I says, well, I'm disabled, and some people from the ham club came over and put it up for me. And it's the only way that I'm on HF. He says, I love that antenna for that exact reason. So Jim is a great guy. I learned about tuning my amp, and I learned a lot from watching his videos. He'll definitely be missed. So with that, we're going to say goodbye to the panel and say goodbye to Jim. And 73, everyone, and hope you have a good night.
730s, everybody. Kilo Delta 8.